All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Viking Performance King of the Mountain 4.0 pre-show. I am here with Ramey from UMI, and we are excited to be bringing you all of the changes and all of the excitement that comes with King of the Mountain 4.0. Ramey, this is a whole new year.
It is.
2022. We're here at UMI Motorsports Park. I am super excited about this. We have 48 drivers that are going to be in this shootout.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who they are yet.
We do not.
And I'm real nervous because there's a couple of guys that are right on the edge, and I really want to see them in this thing.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to see how this works out. But for people that are not used to an autocross event, right? Having an event like this for big money and everything is not the norm. Why don't you go through a little bit of what autocross is about?
Yeah. Autocross is time trial racing, one car at a time.
Yep.
So even though it's not 20 cars beating on each other, when it's at UMI Motorsports Park, it's still exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So we launch them, right? And they compete basically against each other, right? And fastest time wins. So in the case of King of the Mountain, we have early, mid, late, and super late classes.
Yep.
So early would be like a Chevelle or something,
yep,
where super late can be like an Evo.
Right.
Right. We're taking the top 12 out of about 36 cars. So 12 out of 36, 12 out of 36.
In each of the four categories.
Yep,
okay.
Which will put 48 cars in the shootout.
And one thing that makes autocross exciting, and I think people need to understand as they watch this too, is that while a lot of this looks like a road course, there's a bunch of cones out here.
There is.
And the cones are used to guide you around the race course, but there's penalties associated. If this was just a road course and a guy dips a tire off in the grass, he can just dirt track the thing, and if that makes him fast, that's okay. If he wants to hop a curb or whatever. Here, if you run over a cone, that's a penalty, right?
Yep, a cone is a 2-second penalty.
Oh, which is like, knocks you completely out.
In this type of national quality autocross,
right,
we can have guys, we had, one time we had guys within 5 thousandths of each other.
Yeah.
Like, even 1 thousandths, we're running the same time is common at national level competition.
Well, and yesterday, we saw cars shooting it, going for the super late model, number one qualifier, if you will, of Friday, that were 5 thousandths of a second apart. I mean, that it happens. It's not
amazing.
just.
It's actually amazing, these drivers.
It is.
Real.
It's awesome. But it's not just the drivers or the big money or any of that makes this a big deal here. This racetrack has a crazy history. And really, there's nobody better to explain it than you. I mean, your family has been racing here. You've been racing here a long time. I've loved hearing the stories from your old man.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us, what makes UMI Motorsports Park special?
So in the mid-'60s, this was strippings, as we call it.
Okay.
So a coal mine.
Right.
Literally.
Okay.
Surface mining.
Yeah.
Right? So when they reclaimed it, they turned it into a racetrack. So nice open area, no more trees, that type of thing. Why not put a racetrack there, right? Started as dirt.
Yep.
One of the fastest dirt tracks in the state.
Yep.
It was called the Big Half Mile.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. How big? So a half a mile.
It is, and very fast.
Yeah.
Blazing fast, right? So then in the mid-'80s, it was paved.
Okay.
So literally pavement.
Yeah.
And started the Winston Racing Series. So it was actually NASCAR sanctioned.
Yep.
For a number of years. Ran as a paved track for quite a while.
Yep.
Then it actually turned back to a dirt track.
Okay.
For 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
And then back to a paved track yet again.
Right.
So some of the mounds and such back in NASCAR 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Is the dirt from the dirt track pushed into a mound.
No way.
That's why it's there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I gotcha.
So when UMI bought it, it was a paved track.
Right.
So we weed whacked and painted and fixed and buffed and all that, and now we have UMI Motorsports Park.
Now I have to say, when I first showed up here, which has now been 6 years ago,
yeah,
I don't know,
5 years, probably.
5 years, yeah. Because you come in, this place is gorgeous. Huge green grass areas that just go off into the rolling hills, lots of trees. It's just beautiful. The racetrack, you guys have done an amazing job. This place gets prettier every time I'm here. Yeah. It gets cooler every time. There's so many neat people that are here. The history of this racetrack is not just the things that have happened on this oval track with regards to who won or lost or whatever, but also the community support. Yeah. I mean, this place, there are a lot of people that really love this place. When we get into the competition, when we announce these 48 drivers, there's it's not going right into the same format as last year. There were some changes to King of the Mountain number 4. Okay, so I'm still like behind on the Formula One thing. So I need you to explain to me, what's the new format? How's this going to work so that our people at home can understand?
It's actually pretty crazy, and we think it's going to be awesome.
Okay,
So,
I'm in.
Okay, so this year's shootout is the Turn 1 shootout.
Okay.
The best steering in the business.
Right.
Roethlisberger's are here. Junior's racing.
Oh, yeah?
With a Turn 1 equipped Corvette.
And doing well.
He is doing awesome.
Yep.
So probably has a pretty awesome Turn 1 pump on it, I imagine.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. So the Turn 1 shootout is 4 sets of 12 cars.
Okay.
So instead of doing NCAA bracket style,
right,
12 versus 1,
right,
11 versus 2, that type of jazz.
Yep.
We're going to line them up 12 through 1.
Yep.
And they're all going to go one after the other.
Okay.
12, 11, down through 1. Right?
Okay.
If you're in the bottom 6, you're on the trailer and you're out of here.
Okay. So the quick 6 move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So then group 2, 3, 4 will go.
Yep.
Right. So 6, 6, 6, gone.
Yep.
Right.
So we're done with round 1. We have 24 cars, 6 in each class.
Mm-hmm. So the 6 will roll up.
Yep.
And they'll race.
Yep.
And 4 go home.
Oh, there's where the 2 I didn't understand, because they're not racing each other.
Nope.
They're racing the clock. So we go 12,
6.
Get rid of the slow 6.
Yep.
We go 6, get rid of the slow 4.
That is correct.
So then our quick 2 from each class means we have 8 cars that go into the shootout. Do they get laddered there?
Nope. So each class is head to head.
Okay.
Right? So it'll be super against super.
Yep.
And then that car goes to the super final 1.
Okay. So super late will race each other
to make the final 1. Yep.
So we end up with 4 cars, 1 winner from each class.
Yep.
And those 4 will race each other in a ladder.
For the King of the Mountain. Yep.
So is it a ladder at that point? Or
no. It gets even freakier.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the Summit Racing Early Model Champion.
Yep.
The Speedway Motors Mid Model Champion.
Right.
Operational Speed Supply Late Model Champion.
Yep.
And Track Spec Motorsports, the Vent Company.
Yes.
Track Spec Motorsports Super Late Champion.
And so each of them are going to win their class.
They will.
And take home money.
They will.
Oh, how much money?
So the absolute winner gets $15,000.
Right.
Then 5, then 2, then 1.
Right.
And then P2 in each class gets $500.
Oh,
so that makes the $25,000.
Yes. Okay.
So here's where it gets awesome.
Okay.
So right now we have 4 champions.
Yes.
Parked in the infield.
Ready to go.
Just all happy to be champions.
Right.
So no matter what, you're the champion of those 4 awesome sponsored classes.
Right.
Right. So then they're going to go early, mid, late, super, 1 run.
Yep.
Early, mid, late, super, another.
Oh.
And then a third.
Okay.
So we won't know who the absolute king of the mountain is until the very last run.
Because what are we taking? Their quickest of the 3 or adding the 3?
Adding the 3.
Ho, ho, ho.
So if you DNF or cone out, you might be okay if your competitors all do that.
Right.
So if you're clean and conservative, you could win. But if you're clean and too conservative, you could lose.
You can't. Yeah. So it is going to be lay it on the line 3 times, not twice,
right,
like we've done in years past.
Yep. And so then here's where it gets here's the next trick that no one's really freaked out about yet, but it's going to cause some awesomeness, I think.
Right.
Last year we let everyone have a practice run.
Right.
This year it's walk the course
and run. I love that. Yep. I love that.
So go big or go home.
Yes. I mean, you know how much autocross and road race stuff I do, but you know how much drag racing I do. And we race in the no prep world and everything. It's off the trailer, dude.
Yep.
You don't get to do anything but walk up there and look at the starting line, and then you got to throw it on the table.
You got to prove it.
I love it. So we do that, and we are going to crown a champion. We are going to let off the fireworks. We're going to hand them a big check. We're going to do all those things.
Yep.
Dude, I'm excited.
I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
This is going to be an awesome night tonight. Okay, so we could not do this without some great sponsors. So
the best in the business, actually.
Absolutely. And I told you already, we're here for the Viking Performance King of the Mountain 4.0 pre-show. But man, we have to thank Airflow Research for being our presenting sponsor here for 2022. Got to thank Viking, got to thank Turn1, Snappy's, Hawk Performance, Summit Racing Equipment, Hawk's 3rd Gen and Hawk's Motorsports, These guys have really done a lot for us. We have a huge list of sponsors. I'm going to rattle them all off because, again, we couldn't do this without them. Want to thank A Plus Powder Coaters, Bear Brakes, BF Goodrich Tires, Bowler Transmissions, Forge Line, which we need to talk about before we close out the show because they have a bounty.
Yeah, there is something.
Yeah, there's a deal on that.
Yeah.
Hawks Performance, Hawks Motorsports, Lightning Electric, Operational Speed Supply, we already mentioned them.
Yep.
Of course, Pace Performance, ProTouring.com, and PSI Conversions also are sponsors this year. And, you know, why don't, as we wrap up this list of sponsors, think about this because you need to tell us about the Forge Line deal.
Yep.
Quartermaster, Ron Francis Wiring, Shed World, Snappies, Strano Performance Parts, Summit Racing Equipment, as I said, Tick Performance, Turn1, Viking Performance, and of course, Visit Clearfield County. But Forge Line has put up some cash.
Yep.
Real money. There's a bounty.
So the Turn1 shootout, 48 cars.
Yep.
Right. Probably half the field's going to be on Forge Line.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a little bit of infighting, as you know, with pro touring guys.
Yep.
And like Ranvac and all those fast import guys and like that.
The late model versus the early model, the import versus domestic, all that.
So Swenson won 1.0 in the big horsepower Corvette.
Yeah.
So UMI makes muscle car parts. We don't make vet parts.
Right.
We still love Corvettes, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, then Smedegard comes in.
Yeah.
One of the best drivers maybe in the universe.
Yeah.
And wins it in Super K.
Yeah.
S2000.
Right.
So, like, okay. One in a row, pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Well, then Robert Thorne comes in.
Yes.
Another S2000.
Yep.
Right. So basically, Forge Line's offering $2,500 if a muscle car can win the King of the Mountain. Right?
So if a guy in a muscle car wins it, he gets an additional $2,500 on top of the purse.
Yep.
Straight from Forge
So
Line.
let's say Justin Peachy takes the Hawk Performance Vet.
Yeah.
To P1 overall.
Yeah.
15 grand.
Yeah.
Plus 2,500 more for a grand total of 17.5.
That's
for
gonna be
Autocross.
awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait, Ramey. It's gonna be exciting. King of the Mountain 4.0 happening tonight right here at UMI Motorsports Park. If you want to be a part of this event, you got to come out here next year. Spectators sit all around this racetrack and look down on it. It's in a bowl. It's super cool for spectators. If your company wants to be involved, if you want to be here, you want to be a part of this event, contact Ramey at UMI. This is a special thing. This is a family-run event. This is an event where the people that are here are family. We do cool charity stuff too. It's too much fun, but I'm ready for the 48. How about you?
We'll catch you in a few, Chad, for the Turn 1 48 car shootout at UMI's King of the Mountain 4.0, presented by Airflow Research Cylinder Heads.
Stay tuned. It's coming.
The start of the front stretch. We're going to see an Audi S4 with giant wings, front rear. Ladies and gentlemen, 2,900 pounds. Otherwise, everything goes. This top 48 with the Turnone shootout. Like tomorrow, kicking out the floor. The Speedway Motors Camaro, driven by none other than Bobby Unser. Yes, that Bobby Unser. With several cars, going to be driven by more than one driver. This is going to be a show, ladies and gentlemen. What a camera as they come down the backstretch and play right up the hill.
To be real exciting, as we are going to pit all of our competitors against each other in 4 different classes, crown winners, and then let her eat to find out who is the top dog. I'm Chad Reynolds, and on behalf of the entire UMI staff, we want to thank you guys for coming out. We are planning to put on a show tonight and make sure that you guys get to see some killer autocross action for big money right here in Pennsylvania. As our competitors pull into the center of the racetrack, they are going to pull into the paddock area by class. We have early model, mid-year, late model, and super late model. The competitors are all pulling in right now. They're going to get themselves parked where they need to be. They're going to start checking tire pressures. We're going to pull out our first class, and we're going to run our 12. And this is how the format works. So we have 48 total cars, or total entries, actually. There are a couple of cars that are being driven by more than one person. So our 4 classes each have 12 cars. We're going to let each of the 12 cars make one trip around the racetrack. We are going to see what their times are, and we are going to take the quick 6 out of that 12 to move on. The slow 6 are going home. After we run through all 4 classes, to narrow it down to 6 per class, then we're going to bring them out there one more time as class only, and each class, their 6 are going to run. And the quick 2 are going to move on. The slow 4 are going home. At that point, we are then going to go back through all 4 classes with our final 2 in each class. The quickest of each of those classes will be the winner and be the champion of their class. They're going to win money for that. Then we're going to take all 4 and we are going to put them up against each other, and we're going to race to crown one champion as King of the Mountain, and they are going to win $15,000. 15 grand to the King of the Mountain. This is serious business. All of these competitors are ready and waiting. They are excited, and they want to make this thing happen. We are playing to 2 audiences here tonight, so you guys know. Ramey and I are up here. Ramey is, you're not the grand poobah of UMI, but you're one of the grand poobah.
I work for Ashley.
There you go. Yes, which means you're like second in command. Awesome. So you can hear her down there screaming. Anyway, we are playing to 2 audiences tonight. We're explaining this to you guys that are up on the hill, because right now Ramey and I are sitting over here up on the hill in front of a camera. So we are talking to the world, because the world right now is getting to watch this entire thing live. So we are live streaming this on UMI's Facebook page and YouTube. And that means that people all over the world are getting to experience this fun event just like you guys up on the hill. Now, they may have beer and they may have barbecue, Ramey, but it's not going to be the same as having it on the hill.
I smell barbecue.
Oh, dude, I already cruised through. I may or may not have sampled a tasty tidbit or two.
Mm-hmm.
I may or may not have stopped and hung out with some friends. There are a bunch of barbecues. There are a lot of coolers full of frosty beverages. A lot up on the hill.
So how about we give a shout out to all our local friends and family that came to watch and enjoy a night at UMI Motorsports Park.
Dude, some of the greatest fans in motorsports. Give yourselves a round of applause if you're in the grandstands or up on the hill. Awesome, awesome people here. Love you guys. The weather is beautiful. We are ready. We have a lot of cars coming. Yep. So there are 48 cars, Ramey, that are out here running tonight. We announced them earlier. And, you know, honestly, the guys that were in like the top 8 in each class, they kind of knew.
Yep.
But the guys that were like 9 through 12, they weren't really sure. Right? They're doing their math. They're not really sure if their math is right. Someone went to public school. You never know.
It's exciting.
It is. It's awesome. Now, the winner of this whole deal is getting 15 grand. We covered that.
That is correct.
But there's more money, another 10 grand given away to the guys that fall under that. So winning your class is the first step, right?
Yep.
So to do that, I went over that with the folks on the hill here, but let's go over it one more time for the audience that's watching live at home. You take 12 cars in each class. We're going to start out. We're going to run those 12. The fast 6 get to stay. The slow 6 go home. We do that for all 4 classes. Then we take our 6. We run them again. Take the fast 2. They get to stay and play. Slow 4 going home. Then we battle it out. We got 2 left in every class. They're going to race each other. 1 in each class is the winner. They are the champion of early or mid or late or super late. Then those 4, they are the ones that are battling it out for 15 grand.
4 champions battling to be 1 champion.
King of the mountain, baby.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it's all about. So what are your predictions for tonight as far as the action that we are going to see? Do you think everything is going to be close and really tight? Or do you think that some of these guys are going to throw it all on the line because they know they've got to be a hero, and some are going to make amazing performances and some are just going to throw it away? What do you think?
Both. So these are 48 of the best drivers in the country.
Yep.
And there's some that you expect perfection out of that are going to do perfection.
Yep.
There's some that you expect shenanigans out of, like Chris Jensen.
Oh, yeah.
And so he could win the whole thing. You never know.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. And, you know, I was talking to one of the guys that's running out here, Mike Casino, right? So Mike, he's a numbers nerd, right? He's
Really?
also an awesome driver, but he is a numbers nerd. So he sent me some stats.
I got those.
Did.
He sent them to me too.
They're awesome, right?
I think he sent them to everybody. Chad,
so,
tell us a little bit about some of the, like the data of the drivers that are here.
Oh.
Basically how good these guys are.
Oh, it's insane. Okay, so here's the deal. So if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of the 48 drivers have won SCCA national championships and SCCA national events at all levels. Eric
Strelniks.
Strelniks, I mess his name up every time I say it, is a 28-time national autocross champion. That's insane, right? Sam Strano, 24 times. Brian Peters, 17 times. Jason Frank, 9. Doug Rouse, 8. Ian Stewart, 5. Josh Luster, 2 times. Andy Smedegar once. Casino once. Bill Rogerson, Englert, Zorsis, Brown, and Lewis. All of these guys insanely talented with national championships, national event wins, multiple jackets in SCCA. It's nuts. I mean, these are the cream of the crop. There is absolutely no doubt.
Yep. So we have 2 past King of the Mountain champions here.
Yep.
So inaugural champion Jeremy Swenson.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I don't think I'll do very good in the Tesla, the Viking Tesla. You know, made the shootout.
Yeah.
Then Smedegard brought his non-autocross car.
Yeah.
He's in.
Yeah, you know why he brought his non-autocross car?
Yeah, because he has 400 pounds of nitrous in the trunk.
Yes.
And then Robert
like a
Thorne.
real racer.
Robert
awesome.
Thorne couldn't make it because he's off winning 5 or 10 other things right now.
Right.
So, yeah, a lot of heavy hitters here.
There are. And when you say nitrous in the trunk of the S2000, you're not kidding.
Oh, no, he is too big bottle. Yeah.
And, you know, we think of pro touring and we think autocross and we think of naturally aspirated combos that are big. We think of small turbocharged or supercharged combos. The truth of the matter is nitrous has a home in this kind of racing. And there are a lot of naysayers, but I will tell you that there are a lot of really fast cars in the country running nitrous on autocross and time attack courses that would surprise you. The modern technology that you can get out of a Holley EFI system or a Haltech or any of them, the ability to do progressive nitrous, it is a game changer. And I can tell you that there are a few different people that came to talk to me today about it after finding out that Smedegard had it on the car.
And
it's awesome.
And it's seamless with his talent.
Oh, it is.
You don't even notice other than when he beats you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Smedegard is awesome. He is one of those dudes that has an extreme amount of talent. But let's talk about the hunger, right? There's a bunch of guys here who are incredibly hungry for this win. And truth be told, if we really went by hunger and momentum, JB Boyer is a guy you got to watch.
Showtime JB Boyer.
Dude, Showtime is right. He has been on a winning streak this year at this racetrack that is second to none. He has literally won more here this year than anybody else, and that has got to count for something. At the same time, we got Brandon Randvek, right? One of the guys that has been here before and has been the car to beat and broke. He took care of the car today, only ran the minimum numbers he needed. He is hot. He is ready. He is an animal in the car, and he's got Ronnie Solomon power.
Who's also in the shootout.
Yes.
So RS Motors must build some good stuff.
They do, and I have to tell you, I am not going to hide my excitement for that crew. Those guys are great dudes. I've known them for several years now. Ronnie is really the leader of an awesome team of people, and they have a great time racing all over the country together. And Ronnie really has taken a step back from driving until the last year, I guess, as he was really focused on supporting the teams with power and tuning and all of those things. But it is awesome to see him back out in the car with a big smile on his face. It's pretty cool. There are a lot of neat cars out here. If you had to pick, I mean, we have a lot of favorites, right? We have a lot of guys we know and love. There's a lot of guys out here that are sentimental, favorites. And then some cars that are just amazing heavy hitters. For you, what do you think? What are some of the guys we're going to have to watch out for today?
So there's an RX-8 John Vittenvoss with co-driver Sam Strano.
Yeah, that thing's bad to the bone.
So StranoParts.com, track sponsor.
Yep.
And Sam and John are both exceptional drivers.
Yeah.
That car is like so precise. It's like a Ginsu or something crazy.
It is.
And so you could see that RX-8 go round after round, I would think.
I agree, and they have had great history and great success here at King of the Mountain events.
Yep.
They had a couple of weird incidents happen today with the car. Not sure what that was all about, so hopefully that was nothing big deal. The car is interesting because that car has had an engine swap. It is still technically a Mazda power plant, although it came out of a Ford, but it's a Mazda built motor. 2.5 liter turbo combo in that thing. And it definitely puts enough power to the ground. My understanding, that thing makes like 350 horsepower or so. And that car is a car that weighs, if it doesn't have ballast in it and all that stuff, weighs well under 3,000 pounds. So pretty cool.
Yep. And then another Strano equipped car, Justin Peachy.
Yeah.
So he's won 6 or 7 or 8 times here at UMI Motorsports Park.
Yep.
He could go pretty far in super late as well. And then in early model. So premier track sponsor Summit Racing
Yep.
sent their A team here.
Yep.
The lease hangers. So both Josh and Jared put their early model Corvettes at the top of the early model charts. So you absolutely cannot count them out.
No, those cars are crazy. They are on the ragged edge for sure. Because this event has no rules except a 2,900 pound minimum weight. That's literally the only rule. And there's a tire rule.
Yep.
Right?
200 tread wear. Yep.
So if it says 200 on the sidewall and it weighs 2,901 pounds or more, it's in. And because of that, these guys have brought out 2 race cars that are impressive, right? They are no strangers to winning. Pressure does not usually rattle them.
No.
This new format is tailor-made for them. They were very vocal about not liking the ladder format that we've previously run under because they didn't want to race each other.
And they did.
And they did. And one of them had to knock the other one out. And I get it. I understand. But that's racing, right? Well, this year, the new format makes it so that it's Formula One style. That actually doesn't happen,
Yep.
right? It is just the quickest guys, and that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Now, I got to tell you, for me, I have 2 cars, well, 1 truck and a car that are out here that I think are going to be ones to watch.
Ooh, I know which truck you're going to say.
Yeah.
And it may be UMI Corner Max equipped. Is that correct?
It may be, yes. I will tell you that Ike's S10 that's down there is bad to the bone. 6 liter LS2. It has suspension under it. It is dialed in, and it is mid-pack fast. And mid-pack fast is enough to go all the way here maybe tonight. Also, though, another UMI-equipped ride.
Ooh, which one?
Wheatfield, small tires, leaf spring, second-gen Camaro. Come on, you can't autocross that and be fast. Nobody told Wheatfield that, though.
Chris Wheatcraft.
Wheatcraft. Sorry, that's right. Wheatcraft. Wheatfield, same thing.
But who cares? It's fast.
Oh, it's rad.
And he's an awesome driver.
He is.
Brought his son with him. Nice family environment. Having a blast. What's better than father and son racing?
And he has a giant smile on his face. And I got to tell you, he's making me laugh because literally there are guys out here who would never show up at an autocross event of any kind in a leaf sprung Camaro. Like, they would swear that can't work. And everybody says you got to have a 315 tire all the way around. He has a leaf spring and he doesn't have 315s all the way around.
Yeah, that car doesn't put a wheel wrong at all, and Wheatcraft is a phenomenal driver.
He has been smooth and fast from the time it came off the trailer yesterday morning. All weekend, this car, he could be a guy to watch. You know, the other one, everybody's little favorite orange SpongeBob Miata. You cannot count Macaulay out. That thing is down there. It's got more aero than ever. It's got the second smallest tires of the entire weekend, 245s on a 15-inch rim. It is bad to the bone, though.
He made it all the way to P2 a few years ago.
I know.
We're all crying in the infield for the local guy.
Exactly. It was awesome.
There's a lot of crying here at UMI Motorsports Park.
There is. It's kind of our thing, right?
Big, tough guys crying.
Yes. I'm not crying. You're crying, Ramey. It looks like we've got an impromptu drivers meeting starting again.
Is it a fist fight?
No, that'd be awesome. Ryan would hate it, but it'd be funny. Yes, the people on the hill are yelling fight, because that's how you work. I love it. So also on the racetrack, you are going to see a couple of different aero environments, okay? So Again, there are no rules here except 2,900 pounds and a 200 tread wear dot approved tire. So the Audi S4 has got all the aero you could possibly put on that thing because it's okay. And it's amazing.
Move over.
It's fancy.
Left her phone in the bathroom. It's at the UMI rig with her license and all that stuff.
Okay, somebody left their wallet in the bathroom.
With the phone.
A young lady,
The FM transmitter, and I don't know the number.
88
Zoe Todd
88 what?
Sluka.
please.
It is, where is it at?
UMI rig.
In the UMI rig, which is up here in front of the grandstand. Zoe, your wallet is up here. It's been found. You left it in the bathroom, apparently. Okay, I'm moving over.
Yep.
Okay. Why? Am I getting fired? I'm moving to seat number 2?
No, the left side is seat number 1.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it said your name was Ramey, so you have to go do a bunch of engineering on Monday.
Oh, awesome.
So
I could design some stuff.
you
dude.
could. Also, we should announce the FM transmitter this time, 88.9.
Oh, yeah.
So give that a try. on
Yeah,
the
if
hill.
if you're up on the hill and you got your truck up here, or your minivan or whatever, 88.9. You get the audio working there too. So, I was talking about the audio. Here's the thing. If you look down there at Jensen's RX-7, which is certifiably awesome,
It has plywood
it has plywood arrow on it.
and like baling wire or something.
Yeah, oh, it's all of it. And I'm not making fun because they're my dudes and I love them, but pre-COVID, that thing had like $50 worth of arrow on it. I mean, now it's like $2,000. It'd be cheaper to make it out of carbon than plywood, but you know, he bought it before, so it's pre-COVID price. So you got $50 worth of arrow, and you got, I mean, dude, all the spoilers there,
You're live.
the wings there have got to cost like $2,500 or something.
Give your car keys.
Yeah. It's right there. Yeah, so it's insane. The mix is crazy. So here's how the course is going to work, ladies and gentlemen. The cars are going to line up by the green flag down there in the middle of the pits where where the young lady is walking into the pit off the front stretch right now. Car is going to come from the starting line. It's going to head up onto the front stretch and hang a left and go down toward turn 1. Going to go through a series of gates. You see the cones down there. Going to go around turn number 1 and into turn number 2. Going to dive into the center of the racetrack, over the hill and through the woods, past Corn Dog Corner, which is the little building with the red stripe on it. Used to have a sign that said Corn Dogs 350, I believe is what the original sign said, because that used to be a concession stand. So we dubbed it Corn Dog Corner. Cars are going to come straight through and around through the infield. They're going to come back around past Corn Dog Corner again, over the hill, back out onto the back stretch, over there under everybody that's on the hill, through all of those cones as a slalom and a series of gates till they get over here into turn 4, and they are going to be wide open onto the front stretch, past the start-finish line, right there on the front stretch. They are then going to go into turn 1, right past turn 1, hang a left, and come back down into the pits. It's going to be awesome.
Good job explaining that.
It's going to be rad. It's going to be fun to watch.
One of the cool things about this is some of the big horsepower cars will be hitting over 100 at the NASCAR start-finish.
Oh, yeah. No problem, because there were cars hitting 80 mile an hour yesterday here. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. Now, the last time that we had this much speed at King of the Mountain, there was a spin to win incident that went down the front stretch, but luckily didn't bounce off of anything. But it was a little more exciting than I need, Ramey. So my cardiologist would probably say 2 things to me right now: stop eating, and please don't die of a heart attack from some car spinning around on the front stretch. So all you drivers out there, please, no spin to win today. All right.
Maybe that's what the meeting was about.
Maybe. It is 6:54. We are going to get cars rolling in 6 minutes, right? I believe 7 o'clock start. So drivers, we need you guys to your cars. I don't know what class is running first. I don't know what the race director is going to tell us, but we'll see. Oh, by the way, if you're watching live at home, the other awesome thing is that we have a drone. The drone is flying around. Look, it's on there right now. The live stream drone.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
We're watching the live stream.
Yeah,
on the live stream and then live
yes,
stream.
we're watching ourselves on the thing with the live. Yeah. Ramey's got his phone out.
It's almost dead though, so we might not be doing that for long.
Oh, that's fine. We know what we look like. It's fine. It's not pretty, but it's fine. I have to tell you, Ramey, one of the things that makes me happy is all the C4 Corvettes that are here. Now, I like a C4 Corvette. It's not like my favorite Corvette, but I like them. And I've said they'd make great race cars for a decade, right? And literally, back in the day, the only two people on Earth that ever said it were me and Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews in the shootout,
Again.
in the After Dark Speed. Yeah, he's a badass. His C4 is rad. It is a super clean, super nice car. And now you've got other guys like JB. There are multiple C4 Corvettes here this weekend, actually. But I'm also excited about the fact that we have a 63 Chevy 2 and a 69 Chevelle and a 70 Nova and a 65 Chevelle, 73 Corvette. Like, I love all of the cool muscle cars that are here because you know that's my jam. You want to make people mad?
Beat him in a C4?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Beat
But
him in a Nova?
nope, I'm going to make you make a decision.
Oh, okay.
If you could pick any one of the 40 some odd cars that are down there right now to take home, with doesn't cost you anything, you can't get in trouble, the owner isn't going to be mad at you, which one do you pick?
Boy, that is a tough one.
I know, dude. Even if you ask me right now, I don't know. I think I could pick one of 20 and be happy.
Yeah. Well, I'm obligated to say a UMI car.
Well, duh.
Yeah, so.
But keep in mind that whichever one you chose, you could put UMI on it also. Yeah.
Right. Huh. I hate to say JB's sequential shifted automotive specialist powered C4.
It is awesome. Oh,
Good news.
good news. We are getting started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as we are going to do our invocation and national anthem. The American flag is over the top of the grandstands.
What order are we talking? And your name?
Heather Olson.
Ladies and gentlemen, Heather Olson is here to do the national anthem. So please rise and remove your hats. Let's listen to the anthem.